Let me use an example of my friend Henry. Henry is supposed to write a story where he inspires young people on this and this and this. Yes? I am a supporter of him. I'm supporting him. I'm just a supporting character. Yes? So if Henry doesn't tell the story he's supposed to tell, I wouldn't be here. And if I wouldn't be here, Henry, by not him playing his role, he'll also disadvantage me, which means I'll also not play my role. So it's just not about you. There are other people who are supposed to tell their stories through your story. The question is, are you telling your story? And if you're telling your story, are you telling the right story? Just evaluate yourself. In the story of life, there is, okay, let me just use an example. Or maybe I should just ask you, yeah? You have this movie, and this movie is just, okay, we have a main character, but this character doesn't even face any challenge. Like, in a movie, what makes a movie interesting is the fact that a character gets into various challenges. We have watched a movie, right? A character has to get to various circumstances or situations where they have to struggle and come out of them. I think that's what most movies are made of. It's like there's a challenge there and the character has to come out of that challenge. That's the same way with life. You're telling a story, and that story, it has to have challenges. It will have challenges. And you know what? The fun bit of it, when you watch a movie that has so many challenges, the character is facing so many challenges, that movie is usually more interesting than a movie that the character does not have many challenges. True or false? That's the same with life. You will face challenges. Challenges will be many. But you know what? A movie does not end until that point that character or the main character reaches to a point of overcoming those challenges and wins. That's when the movie will end. Yes? And the character has to overcome those challenges. You too. In your journey of becoming, whatever it is that you desire to become, whatever it is that you feel that maybe God has put in you and you want to achieve it, in that journey, there are challenges. You have to be strong enough to face those challenges. Those challenges have not come to kill you, they have come to build you. So how you view them determines whether you'll get to the other side or not. Determines whether you get to the other side of becoming or not. Maybe, okay, let me assume that all of us read the Bible. There's this story of the Israelites. And there's reached a point where Moses actually sent the Israelites to go to some of the men to go to Canaan, and yes. Mm-hmm. I think the house has become bigger. I didn't want to stand, but I think I'll have to stand so that I can at least see those who are there. And we were just talking. Welcome, you're very much welcome. My name is Wangethi Muthoni. I'm a motivational speaker, and mostly I talk about purpose and self-identity. And you are just evaluating some of the things that can lead us to become who we have always wanted to be by achieving our purpose and becoming what God also has created us to be. And I was giving you an example. Allow me to continue from where I had stopped, right? Yeah. So I was giving you an example of the story of the Israelites. And it reached a point where Moses actually sent some spies to go to Canaan. And these people came with two reports. They were those that came with, those people, sioni venye tunaweza waweza. They're strong, they are gigantic. And there's also those people who came with another report. Hawa tunawaweza. That's the same way with life. Challenges will be there. but your viewpoint of those challenges or your mentality will determine whether you reach to your becoming or not. If you see those challenges as mountains, giants that you cannot overcome, then you won't be able to overcome them. You need to say, yes, I know these challenges are there, but these challenges are here to make my story more beautiful. Are you together up to that point? Those challenges have come to make your story more beautiful. And of course, we want beautiful stories. And also those stories, those challenges also come to build your character. If God wants you to be a certain person, God has to take you through situations that will teach you to become that person. Yes? Something else. We all have weaknesses. My weakness is not your weakness. Yes? Maybe for me, I'm very bold standing in front of people. And funny enough, I don't like doing small groups. It doesn't work well for me. That's me. There's somebody else who is okay with small groups. But when it comes to like standing before people, it's kind of a challenge for them. Yes? But what I want to tell you is your challenges or your weaknesses may be different. But when you focus so much on your weaknesses, you'll never be able to realize that the strengths that you have. You'll never be able to realize the strength that you have. And let me say this, you are not really created to do everything. You are created to do something. I use an example that I read in a certain book by Joyce Meyer that in a scale of 10, like 1 to 10, we are all capable of being at 10 at what God has gifted us in. But you know what? Most of us are at 3, 4, 5. Why? Because we feel that we want to be perfect in everything. And we forget that there's a certain area that God has called us to be perfect in. We don't work on that. And as I told you, God has gifted us differently because God wants us to play different roles. If I can speak before people, there's somebody else who will be blessed in a way that he or she can sing. And we can make a church. Right? We are naimba, and then maybe I can preach. We make a church. But if I concentrate on, me personally, I don't know how to sing. Actually, my voice is terrible. I don't know how to sing. But if I'm like, I have to be able to sing for me to be perfect. I have to be able to sing. So now I even start going for singing classes. It's okay to go, yeah. It's okay. I have a problem with that. But what if I concentrated more on my public speaking skills? And let the other person who have been gifted in singing do their part. Yes? There's something that God has deposited in you. That gift, that ability. Perfect it. It doesn't matter if you're not good in the other thing. Just do what God has put in you that you feel you're good at. Perfect that. And that's okay. Be at a 10 on that. It's okay when you're at a 3 or 4, at least 6 there in other things. But in what God has called you to do, in your gifting, in your ability, make sure that you're at a 10. And all this is a journey. You don't wake up in the morning and just find yourself there. It's like a process. It's a story. Story ni lazima ikuwe na mwanzo, katikati, ikuwe na climax yake, ndio ikuje imalizie. That's the same way. You start, as you start, you face those challenges, they do character development on you until you become. Right? I don't want to talk too much. I believe that I have communicated to someone, right? Have I communicated to somebody? Yes, thank you so much for your time. And I have this amazing book. If you want to go and read, I know it has some amazing inspiration. You can also talk with me maybe after the meeting and we can see the way forward. Si ndio? Si Mungu ambariki.